Hello, everyone. My name is Gavin Conway, and today I'll be talking to you about something that affects millions of people, but it's still being treated like a secret. Mental health is something all of us have, yet most people don't feel safe talking about it. So, my goal today is to help break that silence. Let's begin. Every day, people walk around smiling on the outside while fighting silent battles on the inside. It could be a person in your class, your best friend, or even you. So many people become experts at hiding their pain, not because they want to, but because they're afraid of what others will think if they speak up. No one should ever feel ashamed of being human. So, to understand why many people stay silent, we need to look at the problem beneath the surface. Mental health struggles aren't rare. According to the National Institute of Mental Health, 1 in 5 adults in the US experience a mental illness each year. But here's the real problem: less than half ever get help. Not because they don't need it, but because they fear judgment, embarrassment, or being seen as weak. When people stay silent, their struggles grow heavier, and the consequences can be devastating. And when we look more closely at the numbers, the reality becomes even clearer. So the numbers tell a painful story. Suicide is the second leading cause of death for people ages 10 to 34, according to the CDC. And the NIMH states that over 50% of people with mental illness never receive treatment. And globally, depression is the leading cause of disability, as mentioned by the WHO. These aren't just statistics, they're real lives, families, and futures, and they show why change is urgently needed. But here's where there's hope. Even one caring person can change someone's entire direction. And so I want you to imagine a society where mental health is treated with the same seriousness as any other mental condition, where asking for help is seen as strength and not weakness, where no one is afraid to say, I'm struggling. Imagine friends supporting each other, families having open conversations, and communities embracing mental health without judgment. That world is possible, and it starts with us. But to truly help, we have to understand why the stigma is so damaging in the first place. Stigma is one of the biggest barriers to mental health treatment. It tells people you're dramatic, you're weak, or get over it. Words like these push people deeper into silence, and silence is dangerous. Stigma doesn't just offend, it prevents people from healing, and sometimes it can cost lives. Breaking this cycle starts with conversations and with changing that narrative. And so the good news is that we can fix this, and here's how. First, normalize conversations. Talk about mental health the same way you would physical health. Next, encourage therapy, or if someone doesn't like that idea, fill that space and give them someone to talk to and try to empathize with them. And finally, share resources. The CDC, WHO, and NIMH all provide free mental health support and information. Change starts with education, compassion, and everyday conversations. A lot of people will think, I'm just one person. What difference can I make? But the truth is, you can change someone's life without even realizing it. A simple text, a conversation, a moment of honesty, a decision to stop judging and start listening. Support doesn't have to be big, it just has to be real. But here's what you can do right now: Check on your friends, even the strong ones. Educate yourself using reliable sources, such as the ones that I've used while talking to you. And speak up when you see someone struggling. And I don't mean go announce it to the world. Be kind and thoughtful of what they might be going through. But the biggest thing, don't just turn your back on them. You don't need to be a counselor to make a difference. You just need to care. So, to wrap this up, these statistics and resources come from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the National Institute of Mental Health, and the World Health Organization, three of the most trusted sources for mental health data and guidance. So please take the time and look through these resources. If you know anyone who's struggling, take that step. Make the world better. Thank you all for your time.